We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Dallas Cowboys. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Second down, Prescott. This is caught by Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. A give to Elliott running left. He spins free, and he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Nevin Lawson there on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
Now Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He was brought down by Devon Kennard.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the 2nd half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the 1st half. Maybe not so much in the 2nd half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the 1st. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Elliott. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin. And now running right through it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Here we go, 46.
Now they try the right side here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
Get out.
Elliott, toss right. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominant.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 27. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
All right, here we go.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. He rifles one that's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Here's Elliott. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Here we go. 26.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott rolling to his left. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Here you go.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He's got him in. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. And they'll go on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out.
Here we go. 46. 26.
Here's Prescott. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Devon Kennard in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long.
Here we go. 48.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Now he's flushed out left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
After the sack, you could understand him maybe being a little bit nervous back there, a little skittish, but looked awfully decisive when he took off and ran.
Very decisive and picked up that first down in the process. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they'll go ground game here, the tailback. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Gun. There we go. 186.
Off the play fake, Prescott. And this is incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now Prescott. On the crossing route, complete. That's Schultz. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Now back to the ground with Elliott. Sharp move, but can't find much space. Dropped just inside the 20. The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Here you go.
10th carry now for Elliott. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Cowboys on 3rd down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Right back to him on first down. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Letting one go deep for Roberts. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. And they'll run it here. Zeke with a shake and bake. Oh, now he pulls him over. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout.
Let's go, get out, get out. Start there, over here. Start there.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. Always got some breathing room. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Right back to him on first down. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
I like the call. Inside the red zone running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guys at the cornerback position.
There you go.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And his kick is indeed good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Second and 10, Stafford again. The left side completion to Jones. A huge play there on the screen pass. 54 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Stafford. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Luke Wilson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions have got it back to a 1-score game. Extra point good by Prater. And it's now 13-7. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Gun.
Prescott now on 2nd down. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
There we go. 480. Swing. Swing to the field. Right. To the right. 26.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try.
There you go. Boy, hey. Go. Get out there. 26.
They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. So out now come the Lions. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They begin the drive with Johnson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. To the sideline, wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they're going to have a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Able to locate Wilson. Stafford to the former Seahawk Wilson for Lions first.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Stafford now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminate it.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Jalen Smith in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is taken at the 15. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they work this this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Hey, we're going right there. We're going right there.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
47. 26.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
They gain nothing, and all they need are inches. Usually we put this on the offensive line, but sometimes it's the quarterback's fault as well on the sneak. You've got to get low and burrow.
Usually we talk about O-line surge, their D-line surge leading to 4th. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th.
It's coming now. 26.
They'll run it with Elliott. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. Gets around him. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Get out.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. Elliott a 1st down and more. Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott, 34 yards. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
So here come the Lions now. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here?
Here we go.
The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, if there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Back to the air. Stafford on 2nd down. Looking downfield for Jones. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position. Couldn't hold on. 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Hey, go here! 11.
To throw on third down. Stafford going to look deep for Wilson. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play on third down for the Lions. 41 yards.
I know they had good coverage downfield, but you have to wonder, on third and long like that, how does that happen that they can get that far downfield and complete a pass? You got to guard the sticks, understand where you are, so it's almost like someone fell asleep at the switch, and now that the play's been completed, they've got to dust themselves off on defense, pick it up, and figure out how to not let that happen again.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Stafford. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 8 yards in the completion, but now they face third down. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And that is incomplete. Sean Lee, the linebacker, able to get a hand in coverage. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
They run. It's Johnson. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
It's 4th and 2, and you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, so you have to be definite about your decision about where to go.
They stay on the ground on 1st with Johnson. Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Stafford now to throw. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Taco Charlton in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Back to throw. Stafford. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Spencer Ware, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They used their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
And the Cowboys are able to recover. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. It's Elliott. And now running right through it. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Glover Quinn there on the stop. The Cowboys on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Prescott down. And he's got it to Hearns. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Dak finding the former Jag Hearns for the Dallas first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
The first down carry by Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down.
Here you go. Here you go. Here you go.
Toss left to Elliott. Then he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it. They've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30. Now Stafford throwing deep for and he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. That goes for a gain of 31. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Stafford on first down. Going up top. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off Byron Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defensive coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. Officially, no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. A give to Elliott, and he'll be taken down at the 18. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Prescott from the gun. A dump off to Elliott. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he gets this one just shy of 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. They'll try the right side with Elliott. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. A little insult to injury here late in the game. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Dallas, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.